Hi, folks. Welcome to Crisco's Corner. Well, here's CBS on Face the Nation. These networks used to be somewhat reasonable and fair. I have to ask you, let's watch this video, and I'll comment along the way. Why isn't this an illegal campaign contribution? Now, the subject, they're asking supposedly, I assume this guy is an economics expert. People are upset with inflation and how really indirectly it's not President Biden's fault, but since he's the president, he gets the grief for it. Let's listen.
Rate is slowing, but prices are still high. And so when you ask people, okay, the jobs market is strong, yes, they acknowledge that, but their income isn't keeping up with inflation. And that's that immediate pocketbook impact where you see such big numbers say that.
Because
no kidding, do you think? Wow. How many years of school did this guy go that the average American, the inflation is killing them and eating in to their savings, what they take home from their pay after taxes, depending on what state they live in? It's horrendous. Yeah. Oh, wow. Well, let's listen to some more of this genius says concerning President Biden.
prices are still not back at those pre-pandemic levels.
Right. And when you look at what can be done from there, people say, okay, well, number one, there's no appetite for more rate hikes. And that's important.
Even I am not an economics expert. Unfortunately, these morons that are running our economy have painted themselves into a corner on inflation. Okay, the only way to slow down inflation now, the only way is to increase interest rates. But 60% won't approve of that. So what do?
Affecting especially a lot of young people as well. There's a large sense that they think the president can control inflation.
No, you see the perplexed look on his face? It seems that the president can control inflation. Well, he certainly can cause it. And what caused it is the trillions of dollars that were spent in the Build Back Better and other fiascos that pumped digitally, fiat currency, printed currency, whatever you want to call it, into the economy. When you pump trillions of dollars into an economy, you will have inflation. Even I know that, and I'm average intelligence. Now, he might not be able to stop it, but he certainly can cause it. Let me give you an example. Say I'm a person that starts a house on fire. And as the fire's burning, people are criticizing me for not putting it out. Well, I don't know how to put it out. I have to call the firemen to come put it out. But I caused the fire. I am the blame for the fire raging out of control. And to say, well, he's not a fireman, how could the person that started it put it out? Let's let him off the hook. It makes zero sense.
And look, objectively, that may or may not be the case, but it kind of comes with the job, right?
Objectively, it may not be the case, but it comes with the job. So he's stuck being blamed for inflation, but it's really not his fault. But it comes with a job, so he has to deal with it. Yeah, what a victim of circumstance. The person in charge that, for the most part, submitted the legislation to a Democrat Congress and Senate that spent all the money, that just cranked out currency like it was water, is worthless, caused inflation. And all the boondoggles that were involved with that. $2 million for gender studies in Pakistan, and the list goes on and on and on. But it's not really his fault. So in a roundabout way, he's trying to say that President Biden is a victim of circumstance. And that circumstance is he's president. Why is this not an illegal campaign contribution? I don't know.
They're not certain. In fact, many aren't sure what exactly the White House has done about all of this. And so his handling of inflation in particular remains low.
His handling of inflation remains low because he caused it. He started the house on fire. he does not want to put it out for some reason. He wants this economy to grind down to it, not to a halt, but damn near. Why, I don't know. There's two schools of thought. One is this is some grand conspiracy to bring down the economy of the United States. Call it climate change, call it whatever reason you want to use, progressive mind rot, or they're so stupid and ignorant of reality and economics that they don't know this would cause harm. Which one are you going to pick? I don't think they're stupid in the fact that, they do stupid things, but I don't think they're stupid in the fact that they didn't know this would cause inflation. I believe this is much more sinister. Much more sinister. You have to compare everything economically currently in the United States to 2019 pre-pandemic. That's the earmark to compare it to. But that's the year that President Trump, they say, well, John, you gave all the praise to Trump and he had nothing to do with it. He was the president too. He's a victim of circumstance, but in a good way. The rules and regulations that were cut, taxes that were cut dramatically, and many, many other hundreds of things done by the Trump administration and the Republican Congress in the first 2 years were the accelerant that started this economy on a huge upward trend. Huge upward trend. Not only did they didn't start the fire, but they built new buildings. And now the Democrats want to burn it all down. Why? I don't know. We can only guess. There's conspiracy theories, or they're just plain old stupid. I really don't know. But historically, Democrats running our federal government has always been inept and ridiculously stupid when it comes to economic policy. One thing I will say, President Carter was still alive. He just lost his wife, rest her soul. He won't be blamed for being the worst president in my lifetime, and I'm 67. So at least President Carter is off the hook. And I will have to say, honestly and truly, even though President Carter was clueless when it came to foreign policy and economics, I think he was 10 times better man than Joe Biden ever even thought of being, let alone is. But that's another issue for another time. Let's get back to the point. Why is this not an illegal campaign contribution? He's saying that President Biden in the White House, the West Wing, the executive branch of government, is the victim here of circumstance. This is incredibly unbelievable. Unbelievable. What do you think? Until the next time, goodbye and good luck.